it's not an illegal pyramid scheme. It's a direct selling network marketing company.
Is it shaped like a pyramid, the business structure?
It's shaped like a pyramid.
In 2 years, this is what's going to happen to you.
Once a year, MLM companies love to rent out stadiums, then they sell you the dream and tell you how you can't miss next year's event.
If you got involved in Kion and become a diamond, you're not thinking big enough yet.
That little pyramid scheme thing, you're going to get into your silver Mercedes.
I read every self-help book under the sun, and when my upline said jump, I asked, how high? I didn't speak out for almost 2 years after quitting multi-level marketing.
These schemes tell you that you can make money by just recruiting 3 or 4 or 5. What they don't show you is that you could only do that 13 cycles, and you would exceed the population of the earth.
You want to be successful in life. You want to be famous and wealthy. You want people to recognize you for who you are and what you stand for. Yet, there is no such thing as a free lunch. So, you must pay the price for everything. And the price you would have to pay to get name, fame and success is hard work, discipline and consistency. But, you might have come across people selling you the idea and the cult of passive income. If not, then keep an eye, as it might happen in the future. Well, there is a lot of ground for me to uncover the brutal, dark and scary truth when it comes to passive income. But in today's episode, we are going to cover one pillar of it. This pillar can be potential catastrophe for your overall well-being and jeopardize your mental, financial or even social aspects. This is purely my perspective on this topic and the views are very personal. Today's episode topic is MLM or multi-level marketing, also known as network marketing, also known as pyramid marketing or scheme. This industry promises you all the glory that you want in life: success, fame, wealth, mindset and even beyond that. But just as every coin has two sides, this one way of making money, particularly MLM, has many. And I want you to pay very close attention, because there may be something here for you which can potentially save you from jeopardizing your well-being, your time and your future. I will try to break down the harsh and deceiving truth that this model has and try to capture all its sides, the good, the bad and the ugly. If even one person benefits from this video, then my purpose is accomplished. I would love if you subscribe Alphause for brand as well as business stories, case studies, insights and business models similar like this. Especially if you are an entrepreneur, a solopreneur, a content creator, a small or medium business owner, a student or anyone who is hustling or dreaming, then you have hit home, because we cover free and new business content just for you all. So hit the bell icon so that whenever a brand new story is out, you get notified instantly. After you have subscribed, please comment below "I subscribed" and I would personally comment on all those comments. So now let's dive into the world of MLM or multi-level marketing. Companies that operate under the multi-level marketing model have been around for quite some time. Even if you're not familiar with the term multi-level marketing, you may be familiar with the companies that use it, as they tend to be massive conglomerates with a global presence and a market cap in the billions. To name a few whales in the MLM industry who follow the MLM methodology and model are Amway, QNet, Herbalife, Avon, Mary Kay, Warwork, Infinitus, Natura and the list goes on and on. And these companies assure you of fame, success, money, mindset, working from anywhere, being your own boss, eventually becoming financial free and spending time with your near and dear ones. Doesn't that sound too good to be true? You see this perfect picture, but your logical brain questions you, what is the catch? I mentioned in my earlier videos how humans make decisions emotionally and then back them up with logic. In this case of MLM 2, many of you make the decision emotionally and back it up with your own logic. But where does it all start before you find yourself in the decision phase? It all starts with the perfect pitch. This perfect pitch starts when a distant friend, a relative, your neighbor, a Facebook friend, a mutual friend or a LinkedIn connection reaches out to you out of the blue. So it seems harmless, but it is a bit strange. After a bit of rapport building, they come straight to the point of a business opportunity that has been changing lives of thousands and has changed theirs too. And you particularly seem to be the best fit for this opportunity. When you become curious, when you hear about this business opportunity, as it comes from someone you know or at least you are acquainted with. Now, in one of my previous episodes, I discussed how Facebook became $1 billion company by killing the first social media platform, MySpace. I talked about this psychological phenomenon and the concept of triadic closure by the German socialist George Simmel, who wrote in his book Sociology, which dates back more than a century to 1908. Simply put, as per that concept, you are more likely to have trust in and form a sense of belief in someone who you are mutually connected with than a complete stranger with no mutual connections. It's critical that you pay close attention now, because when a pyramid scheme or a cult is presented to you, it comes in a great packaging from someone you're already familiar with or you were in the past. So the guard of not trusting or believing that person is down, and they start painting this phenomenal and dreamy picture of a 6 to 7 figure income, financial freedom, and being your own boss. You are at this stage where things are a bit perplexing and you have an intuition that something is flawed, as you have never heard of this stream of income. Before you are able to think it through, you are invited to this seminar and event and they are like, come see it with your own eyes. You are still a bit hesitant, but you think, what's the worst that could happen? You take the bait and you consent to be at the seminar or the event. As soon as you reach this seminar or event or get together, you are hit by this euphoria of positive energy. You see people in business suits with smiling faces, filled to the extreme brink of happiness and positivity. Before you realize, you are engulfed in it too. A speaker comes to the stage and starts talking about his or her journey with the company, and if you notice carefully, it is a template talk. It starts with how they were struggling and were unable to make ends meet, and then they were introduced to this specific opportunity. In a miraculous way, now they are living the dreamy life that you were told about earlier. Jargons like passive income, being your own boss, and financial freedom are thrown at everyone, and everyone applauds in regular pauses. They do some social selling and tell that the potential for earning is unlimited and the sky is not the limit. Most likely, they also show you a presentation that tells a bit about the company and how the company sells either essential oils, skincare, nutrition, supplements, financial products, makeup, perfume, clothing, travel, and the list goes on. But the basics remain the same. They have a product, but the only people who are allowed to sell it are their distributors, who are closely associated with the company and receive a commission every time they sell it. Well, you get back home and you are in this mixed state of dilemma of what you just experienced. You browse through the social media pages of the person who reached out to you on the very first place. You see motivational business quotes, a happy lifestyle, a foreign trip, working from home, and those jargons appear again. Passive income, financial freedom, be your own boss. Eventually, you are reached out to by them and you are asked if you have made a decision to be associated with the company. Though your gut and instinct are not able to put the entire puzzle together, you were convinced by the glamour and the promise of a lifetime, which enticed you enough to agree, and you made a decision and said yes, and boom, you are in. It starts with the investment, and you are again convinced that any business needs investment, and so does this one. Either it would be a hefty amount which you would have to pay in the very first place, or a recurring monthly membership fee. You are told that this is crucial for you to thrive in this business. You fall for it. Post that, you are presented with a hierarchy of company tiers, and if your sales improve, you are awarded points that move you up the ladder. When you reach new tiers, you are rewarded with increasingly generous incentives. You are also encouraged to start posting about the company and its products on your personal social media, start building connections and network within your family, friends, relatives, and anybody or everybody who's around. You also figure out that the prices of these products or stocks are extremely high compared to similar products in the market, which includes recognized brands. Now, before you are able to contemplate, you are already at the next seminar or a get together, and you are again hit by that business motivation and how you would need to work really hard and keep your focus on the positive aspects, irrespective of whether somebody pulls you down or badmouths this opportunity. Either now or in between these phases, you are given knowledge and self-help books and guides. Most likely they are The Business of the 21st Century, Think and Grow Rich, Poor Dad, Rich Dad, Copycat Marketing, or similar genre, which directly or indirectly supports the objective of the MLM scheme or network marketing. Well, with the seminars and peers that you were exposed to, and with these books, you are pumped and determined to make fame, name and wealth. But before you realize what you are getting into, the next big ask is ready. It is recruiting. So, the ask is that you go ahead and start tapping into your existing personal and professional network and start getting people to sign up for this exact thing that you did, and they will sell the same products that you would too. If they make sales, then you get a commission and it trickles down upwards to your upline and then their uplines. Well, just to be on the same page, your upline is someone who you met during the entire process or the one who reached out to you in the very first place. They can be termed differently in different companies as uplines, coaches, mentors, managers or gurus. The math seems very easy. If you recruit 5 people and each of them gets you $600 commission, that sums up to $3,000 every month. And just imagine, if those 5 people recruited 5 more people each, that would make you a $15,000 commission every month without you doing anything. So your logical mind also this time backs you up on the decision you have made, and you enter into this dreamy lifestyle you have been promised in the very first place. You are either advised, instructed or asked to write a list of names, friends, family members, relatives, people you haven't spoken to in a very long time, new numbers on your contact list, Facebook friends, social media contacts, in fact anyone or everyone. You are also instructed to contact 10 people per day for the month and ask them to join in on this great, unreal and untapped opportunity. Your upline continues to convince you that anything is possible if you work hard, stay optimistic and avoid negative people who doubt you. You hear more and more about other individuals in the organization who as a result of this opportunity are successful and living out their dreams. You start devoting more time and effort to make this happen. You have been turned down a few times now. Your friends weren't as open to your ideas as you thought they would be. Some of them may have bought something from you, but you couldn't convince them to join the company. The vicious cycle continues and you find yourself attending more seminars, get-togethers, reading more self-help books. Nobody has signed up as of yet under you. Now, if your friends aren't interested in joining, it's because you haven't tried hard enough. You weren't thinking positively enough, or because you just need a new set of friends. You have been asked to surge and foster your social media activities, even it makes you feel like you are lying and faking about your lifestyle or income. You are told that it will be enough to get people interested. Some of your friends have stopped hanging out with you, or maybe you have stopped hanging out with them. After all, if they didn't join the company, they are just negative influences. Or so your upline tells you while pushing you to buy more products and keep investing in your business. You haven't made much money, but hope keeps you going. You attend a bigger conference or a seminar with more distributors like you, and with the glamorous lights, music and social proof, you are pumped and feel that you are not trying enough. The motivation and conviction kicks back in again. You keep grinding and working harder to prospect anyone who you would be able to sell this dream to. And then you find one or a few who are sold on this dream, very similar to how you were on the very first place. Euphoria kicks in and you are now officially their upline, selling them the same motivation and telling them to work hard to live their dreams of name, fame and success. Encouraging them to buy more products to invest in their business and inspiring them to start their recruiting. You need these recruits to stay on board. They are essential to the dream, but something just feels off. A look through your social media profile reveals a lifestyle you are never living. Products from another company you don't really own. Bank statement that show not much has changed in the last few years, and a bookshelf full of self-help content. You know, mentioning these thoughts to your upline spells trouble, but you have always had this feeling that you were lied to or that the truth was concealed from you from the very beginning. You would be right. Before you joined this company, there were some critical details you should have known about what you were getting yourself into. Multi-level marketing companies have different names, products, and people, but the underlying framework remains the same for all of them. Unlike the traditional method of selling product through retailers, these companies sell their products through a workforce of people who are paid a percentage on their sales. Well, this business model is fine, but what's the big concern? Why is there so much controversy, and why is it termed as a cult also? MLMs, also known as multi-level marketing companies, operate on a pyramidal recruiting model, wherein distributors recruit other distributors who are referred to as their downlines. The uplines of these distributors earn a commission on the sales made by their downlines, but it is imperative to know that the downlines of this distributor can also recruit their own members, making the entire operation a huge pyramid scheme. The history of multi-level marketing dates back to the 1880s and has existed for generations, and the business model they have operated remains almost the same. The prime target market of these companies is anyone who is naive enough to fall for it, and people who are struggling financially. People who are vulnerable enough and they are tapped into the insecurity that they possess and are convinced to buy the dream. Throughout the history, the amount of controversy have been endless, and with the rise of digital media and the virtual world, more and more cases are uncovered every day. The basic model behind a pyramid scheme or a multi-level marketing company goes something like this. An entrepreneur approaches a small group of people and convinces them to invest in their amazing business opportunity in exchange for a small fee. These people are then encouraged by the entrepreneur to recruit other people into the scheme who will also be required to make an initial investment. Gradually, those at the bottom of the pyramid realize nobody is making money and drop out, causing the tiers above to lose the ability to make money, and suddenly each tier begins collapsing. Pyramid schemes come in many forms and are often disguised as something else, but their effects can be devastating. The unique selling proposition which they use to prevent collapsing is selling social proof, selling dreams, vibes, and motivational speeches. The issue with motivation as a concept is that it has intensity but no consistency. For example, during the month of January, the gym and fitness industries see an overflow of new sign-ups and applications. The reason is that people are motivated to be fitter when they make a resolution at the end of the year and sign up in the first month of the new year. More than 50% are unable to continue for the first 90 days because when they made a decision to be fit, it was with intensity and they failed to be consistent, eventually dropping their aspirations because it needs continuous hard work and regime. For anyone to become what they want to be, they need discipline, which is nothing but consistently doing anything for a continuous number of times and following the regime. Motivation would put you into this MLM methodology of business, but you will fade out when you realize that this is all a facade and hardly anyone is making enough money, which was the prime motivator in the very first place. That's why multi-level marketing and network marketing and pyramid structure collapses, and we see the rise of so many controversies and cult surrounding them. Talking about the cult surrounding the multi-level marketing industry. Now, identifying cults can be difficult because, much like pyramid schemes, they frequently carry out their activities in plain sight while using a number of different fronts. It is possible that individual warning signs are not conclusive on their own, but when they put together, they build a pattern which is easily recognizable and they tend to control your mind. The first can be promoting a we against them mentality. The concept that when everyone is united, they are a family and that anyone who disagrees with the beliefs held by the group is an adversary who has no right to be heard. You are not allowed to question what you are being told. Being negative or critical of the group's principle is considered to be the same as betraying the organization. And anyone who leaves the group is looked down upon by the remaining members of this group. After some time, the group becomes your sole environment. You stop spending time with your friends and family, and in certain situations you are even urged to cut ties with them altogether. This is all a part of a process that is aimed at destroying your own individuality and eliminating you to question what is right or what is wrong. You transform into someone who lacks the basic human attribute of curiosity and questioning, and you are dedicated solely to the goal of the group and the possibility of a better future. Honestly, it's like a brainwash. This brings us full circle to multi-level marketing scheme which prey on people's vulnerabilities after they have suffered a loss. It can be a loss of a job or a loved one, a lack of high quality connections, a sense of helplessness about their lives, or etc. Multi-level marketing as a cult taps into their insecurity and vulnerabilities, exploiting them financially or emotionally. Multi-level marketing at its core is a strategy for marketing a product without having to worry about advertising costs or paying employees on a standard payroll. As we saw, these companies are not pyramid schemes. So pyramid schemes and multi-level marketing are two different concepts. A standard pyramid scheme makes its money solely off recruiting. On the other hand, MLMs or multi-level marketing companies revolve around the selling of a product and pay distributors a commission on their sales. Therefore, it is possible to make money in an MLM or multi-level marketing without reselling. The more recruiting is pushed, the more you should question your position in that company and the facade that's being laid in front of you, and how real is this dream that you have been sold to. It is the promise of financial freedom that draws in so many distributors year after year. But what about the people you don't hear about who are losing so much money? The vast majority of distributors will lose money. Others will break even or make a minimum wage, which is also not a guarantee. It is the 0.1% of those at the top of the company that are making a substantial income that are praised and put on the stages at these events so that a social selling is spread amongst other distributors. Social selling, a concept of marketing, is nothing but a part of social engineering, which in turn is a part of human psychology. These businesses rely on untrained salespeople who eventually rely only on commissions and have no sense of accountability. What could one possibly expect from such a scenario, especially when these people are encouraged to recruit more and more people, not based on their qualification, but who do they believe are vulnerable enough to buy into the dream? You are essentially an independent contractor for the company. You have no control over the products or the commission structure. If you're watching this and think you might like to join one multi-level marketing, please do your research. Then comment on this video, and if you are already a part of one, take a step back and see if it is worth it for your time and effort. If you're sold a dream and quick money, proceed very cautiously. If you see that the majority of the money is made through recruiting, proceed very cautiously. If a cult-like mentality is pushed and you have made to distance yourself from friends and family, or are made to feel guilty for not succeeding because you didn't work hard enough, then also proceed very cautiously. To conclude, in the introduction when I told you, if you want to be successful in life, if you want to be famous and wealthy, if you want people to recognize you for who you are and what you stand for, so you must pay the price for that. And the price that you would have to pay to get all these things is hard work, discipline, and consistency. Invest in a proper business, build assets, and don't waste your time and energy on the concept of passive income, because no such thing exists. There is no shortcut to success. For success, there is no fast lane. Work hard, focus your energy, practice, remain honest and committed, and most importantly, consistent. Start learning real-world skills which will increase your value, knowledge, and wisdom. Skills like financial planning, selling, negotiation, persuasion, storytelling, marketing, business or content creation, anything or everything in that regards. Learn from the brand stories and case studies. Well, we cover exactly the same in this channel, Alphause. Please consider subscribing to this channel, Alphause, as I am coming up with many more business models, brand stories, insights and case studies just for you all. Also, like this video and share it with as many people as you can so that someone does not fall for a trap of passive income. In the below comments, please tell me your story about MLM and pyramid schemes. If you have ever been approached similar to what I described, and how did you deal with it? This can be helpful for our current and future generations. Well, this is Anuj from Alphause. Check out this fantastic new video here as well as a business case study playlist for you. Signing off. Peace out.